I wanted to speak briefly to the point that Representative Franson made about what's happening in Texas. And was also raised by Representative Gruenhagen in an email to the committee earlier today. You know, I want to start by saying that what's happening in Texas is really a tragedy. And of course, the paramount consideration is the fact that hundreds of thousands of people are still without power as we're talking right now in Texas with temperatures far below freezing. But the idea that this tragedy is caused by clean energy or by decarbonization is just dead wrong. It's devoid of any factual basis. And if you're really going to try and politicize a tragedy, I would at least encourage people to get the facts right. So here are the facts. Extreme weather events are bad for energy generation. And it's not just clean energy, all energy. Want proof? In Texas, at the start of this crisis, their grid operator took 12,000 megawatts of wind offline due to the cold. That sounds like a lot. But at the same time, they took 30,000 megawatts of coal, gas, and nuclear offline. A report out today shows that of the total energy lost during this weather event, only 13% came from wind. The cold knocked out more, far more dirty fossil fuel energy than it did clean energy. Frozen instruments, frozen coal piles, and natural gas diverted to home heating. These are all factors that impact fossil fuel plants. And you don't have to take my word for it, that both the Texas grid operator and the Republican governor of Texas have both put out public statements to that effect. But this is the wrong argument to be having anyway, because here's the thing, it's well-established science that changing climate is leading to more and more extreme weather events. In my Commerce Committee, the executive director of the Insurance Federation, which is hardly a DFL bastion, testified that climate change is fueling extreme weather events that are driving up home insurance premiums right here in Minnesota. How is climate change causing what we're experiencing right now? The warming climate is weakening the jet stream that normally keeps extreme Arctic cold bottled up in the polar regions. And the result is the polar vortex we're hearing more and more about. So extreme weather events are more common due to climate change, and climate change is caused by carbon emissions. So if your thesis is we need more fossil fuel production and carbon emissions so that our energy systems can handle extreme weather, you're missing the boat. One last point I wanted to make. Texas is famous for their deregulated energy sector, and they're also famous for low commercial and industrial energy rates. In fact, I have had large industrial companies in my office, and Republicans in this committee have argued that Minnesota needs to adopt Texas-style energy policy that our industrial companies can more effectively compete. Well, why are our Texas rates lower? Republicans would have you believe it's renewables, but that's preposterous. Wind is the cheapest form of energy, and solar will soon be even cheaper. And Texas has plenty of renewables. The difference is that Texas has a deregulated system, and so their rates favor their industrial customers, where Minnesota regulators prioritize residential consumers. And in addition, Minnesota regulators and utilities are much quicker to invest in grid modernization than they are in Texas. So we have a more robust grid. And on a day like today, I am very, very glad for that. And so I hope my colleagues will remember this the next time we're shown data that our industrial rates are higher in Minnesota than they are in Texas. So this is a great bill, and I encourage everyone to support it. Thank you.